keepers of the past across New England, the keeper of lights holds an important position here at Gillette Stadium, sounding the fog bell and signaling that it's time for football in Foxborough. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Andres Borregalis ready to get us started. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. On the return, here's Ray Davis. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. They're led out by the reigning NFL MVPs. Finished top 5 in voting 4 of the last 5 seasons, Josh Allen.
He won the MVP award. We all knew he'd capture at some point of his career. And to me, Katie, really did so because he further elevated everybody around him. That's what MVPs do. It's exactly what Josh did a season ago.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Allen on the play action. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So 2nd down coming up.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Well, motion him out of the backfield. Back to the air, Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Now Allen off the play action. Right back to Kincaid, complete. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
1st tone of the game for James Cook. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo 1st.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Allen now on 1st down. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's going to keep it this time. He works it down to the edge of the red zone. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing a 4th down. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
A 38-yard attempt.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Now Prater on to send it away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now it's the Patriots' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They'll be led out by last year's 3rd overall pick. He started 12 games last year as a rookie. That's Drake May.
It really took no time at all for May to prove, well, he's a franchise quarterback and worthy of that top 5 pick. Got his first start in early October, and all he did was throw for over 2,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. And don't forget about those 400 yards on the ground. He's an athlete, too.
May will throw to get us started here.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down. They'll run it with Travion Henderson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Patriots will have a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to it. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
It's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
May now on third down. Has him on the quick hitter. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a New England first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This will be caught once again by Diggs. And he's sent out right after he makes that catch at the 40-yard line.
That's another Patriots first down. First and 10.
To keep this drive moving, partner, here's another first and 10. May. Hits him on the out route. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Putting a receiver in motion. This is Henderson on second down. And that's not what the offense started with. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Throw here, third down. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's 4th down.
Sets up
Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Allen setting up play action. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Second down, Allen throwing again. He's got Khalil Shakir. And he has this down to the 14-yard line.
It's a gain of 42 yards. And the Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. Here's a screen for Cook. Makes a tackle, he's still going. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills stretch their early lead to 9. It's a James Cook touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Matt Prater for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills go up 10-zip here in the 1st. Now Prater on to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So the New England Patriots making their way out now for their next drive. This week, Brock sporting their new alternate blue nor'easter rivalry jerseys, which feature a unique logo you can see, and they also reference the city's connection to the sea. Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10. Counter play. It's Henderson. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Sticking with Henderson. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. That's caught for the first. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Patriots football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Operating from the gun, here's May. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Running for it with Stevenson. Oh, they're on him quick. He's not going to get the yard they need, Brock. He only gets back to the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, apparently a little too long to run the field goal unit out. The offense staying put to go for it. Running for it, it's Henderson. And they make the stop, I'm going to say, about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there.
A gain of 4 yards.
And the 4th down call pays off as they'll move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
New set of downs from 37. May's going to take it himself. Breaks through and breaks away. Ball is out, May lost it. And this is scooped up by the Bills. Only a little bit of a run after he recovered the fumble, but their offense is going to be happy as they take over possession. Over one defender failed, Brock. Another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
The Bills set to take over offensively. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Play action now, Allen. Downfield, and Shakir has it. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
25 yards on the play. That's good for a Bills first down.
Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And they make the stop, we're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
A gain of
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. Looking from the gun, it's Allen. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Bills have a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Again, it's Cook. He's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Allen on 3rd and short. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Bills first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Brings it in. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills grow their lead off the turnover. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Prater on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills take a 3-possession lead.
Patriots nothing.
Now Prater on to send it away. Return coming from the 6. He dodged the tackle. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Trying on the ground with Henderson. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. It's a design boot. He'll get it complete to Travion Henderson. And he'll get this up to the 33-yard line. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop.
That's a gain of 3.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here's the pistol snap to May. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down from the 42. Here's May to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact.
Incomplete.
So it's second down coming up.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Trying an inside give to Henderson. He finds space for a few yards that time. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down.
Brought down at the 45.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
So when we come back, it'll be 3rd and 7. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Throw left side, caught by Douglas. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And the Patriots will have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 now from the 46. May now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
13 yards.
That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a New England first down.
First down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Caught for big yards on the right side.
A gain of 25 more yards. That's another Patriots first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone on 1st. Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
A 4-yard gain brings up
Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Again, it's May. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Now from back at the 7. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's May again. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
There's a lot of studies done every offseason, Kate, about the best red zone offenses. And typically, it's about creative quarterbacks doing just what he tried to do right there in extending the play out of the pocket. The problem is there was just nowhere for him to go with the ball.
Borregales on for the Patriots field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Borregales connects. And the gap closes to 14 points.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Borregales on to send it away. On the return, here comes Davis. This makes it up to the 25. Bills offense takes over. Not much time remaining in the half. And it looks likely they'll carry a 2-score advantage into that locker room. First call here coming from the shotgun. From the shotgun, it's Allen.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Allen.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series, and don't put the ball in harm's way.
And that return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd 10. All right, they're going to call a timeout. 3 seconds left. That means one last play in this half. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Bills do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our 3rd quarter gets underway. Now Prater on to send it away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The New England offense with the football. They get it first here in the 2nd half. That passing game they went to in the 1st half, it's going to need to be firing to start this 2nd half, too, as they chase this lead. New England bringing the offense to the line. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for Hunter
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
May now on third down. Brought in a big gain here for Diggs. 35 on the pickup. And the Patriots will have a first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of thrower, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Staying on the ground here with Henderson. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Now throw, third and long. Finds the in route complete. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, fourth down.
But it's fourth down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they take him down right along the 30. They only needed a couple, and that's exactly what they got, Brock. Not the most impressive gain, but it's a big one all the same. That gets them a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. It's Henderson on the give. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up second and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Quick throw completed by May. Small gain down to the 23. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
Third and just 2 to go. The give inside to Stevenson. And the run will not work. He is stopped at the line. This is going to be fourth and short.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. The give now to Henderson. And that was a big 3-yard gain because if instead of a turnover on downs, partner, it gets him the first.
3 yards.
I think sometimes you hear 4th and 2 and it sounds like it's short. But what if I said 4th and 6 feet? That's a little bit more, and it takes a surge just like that to get it done.
Working inside the red zone. Bill finds his running back, Henderson. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
From the gun, it's May. Gets it quickly to Douglas. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Bills going nickel, third down. Here he is on third and short. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Anderson's going to take this straight ahead. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is getting off the field.
Buffalo sending its offense to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Caught. Nice gain left side. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On first down, Allen has him on the quick hitter. This gets forward a little, not a ton, to the 35. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Back to throw now, Allen. Setting up the running back screen. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. He'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
You just get the play off. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. The Bills hold both the football and a solid lead here as they try to close this out. Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Now they send their back in motion right. Allen on 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the lead stays frozen at 14.
Patriots 3.
While they're still in great shape to win this game, Kate, don't tell the kicker that. You know he's bummed with every miss. But with that miss, still 2 touchdown game, and one more stop here can very much end things.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a New England 1st down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. We give now to Henderson. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Here's May to the air.
His pass. Complete to Kayshawn Boutte. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Trying to sneak May. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him an out to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the 1st.
Henderson on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots now within 1 score in the 4th. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
This is Andres Borregales trying to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Patriots chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Patriots 10.
just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Johnson now on the return. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Looking from the gun, it's Allen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This is Cook on the handoff. Escapes a defender. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Another one for Cook. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself in those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Now run by Cook. He has room past the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a James Cook touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Prater on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14.
Patriots 10.
Now Prater on to send it away. Fielded by Henderson. The Patriots and quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10. May now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Henderson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Here's May on 1st and 10. Finds his back complete. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. May now. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete. The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. That'll be complete to Hollins. And they make the tackle at the 38. So they keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. To the air on 1st down, May. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's May again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Give him 24 on that play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
That's another Patriots.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Foxborough.
1st and 10.
Patriots 14 points back. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
So May brings the Patriots up to go for 2.
The Patriots
Bring the tight end in motion.
2-point conversion.
They look to throw it.
Successful. That makes the score Bills 24, Patriots 18.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Johnson with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Connection made to Shakir. And this one does not go far. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They're going to pass it here. Completed over the middle. And they are going to have to face a 3rd down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
It's a gain of 7.
Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. It's a designated keeper for Allen. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up. The Bills with a punt team out there. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Patriots offense all set to go. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First down now, ball at the 33. Back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
The time is there, but the timeouts are not. You've got to be smart. It's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Setting up to pass. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's got it all the way down to the 12.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, they've got that speed and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. And it's a touchdown in the final minute. He's in, and now with So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Now on for a likely game winner if he can knock this one through. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives him the 1-point lead right near the end of this game.
Patriots 25, Bills 24.
Now Borregales on to send it away. On the return, here comes Davis. Looks away from one. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Bills.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Allen setting up play action. Escapes out to the left. And the whistles go off, so we've got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game.
Marcus Jones on the tackle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Patriots' 32-yard line.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They call a timeout here. They've got the timeout, so with 5 seconds left, a kick could win this game.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
So now it all comes down to Matt Prater. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. That one is good. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Now Prater on to send it away.
Set to kick off.
So no return this time. This is going to go for a touchback, Brock. Let's see what they do with this final snap.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Here he goes, one final shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills, as with that, we'll sign off from New England.